neat different post that we're going to do today that I'm going to add some video to on the back end from a World Series game. And we're going to talk about, now that we're in the home stretch of the Major League season, pennant races in all leagues and wild card races, we're going to talk about clutch hitting. It's something that gets thrown around a lot when you get into the postseason and the announcers talk about how good of a clutch hitter this guy is or how good somebody is in the clutch, and really what that means. And it's really a mindset that factors into the approach. I think it's worth talking about and then showing you a very good video example that I sometimes use in coaches' clinics that I do around the country. So how guys are good in the clutch, and statisticians and the guys that do the sabermetrics have said there is no such thing as a clutch hitter. You know, it's just the percentages that continue to play out at the end of the game. The better hitters tend to have more success. But from a hitting standpoint, we know how mental the game is, and sabermetrics doesn't often factor that part of it in. The guys that have tremendous success in the clutch, Derek Jeter was one they talked about for years. Here in town with the Chicago White Sox, Paul Konerko was considered one of those guys. They're the guys that didn't make the moment bigger than the at-bat. And that's a very powerful thing if you think about it for a moment. Especially with the younger hitters, we get distracted by so many external forces, exterior factors, because we have anxiety from just competing. Or am I going to let my peers down? What are my mom and dad going to think of me if I fail in this situation? A lot of what ifs, wanting to please the coach, a ton of external things that are bombarding them, just bam, 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 while they're in the batter's box. When in turn, they should be focused on that pitch, that at bat. What do I need to do in this moment to have success? Because they would do that the first at bat of the game when there's no pressure on you. So why does it change to having so much pressure late in the game? And it's because of those exterior and external forces. So if we can get rid of those and just stay focused within the at-bat, and of course that comes from a great deal of experience. That's why you see oftentimes those clutch hitters were veteran players. They didn't let those outside things affect the at-bat. They didn't make the moment, getting caught up in the moment. They made it about the at-bat. What do I need to do to have success now? So if we can separate those things, the what-ifs, all the factors that bombard us in the batter's box of the consequences of failure. What's going to happen if I fail? Who am I going to let down? In a bigger situation, in a big league game, a young player, are they going to boo me, or is the crowd going to hate me? How's the media going to treat me? All of those things, if we can separate those and draw that line, keep them pushed out. That batter's box is my environment. We've had that blog post previously here on the members blog of controlling your environment. That's exactly what this is. So having success in the clutch is controlling what you can control within the at-bat. What am I looking for? What this pitcher is trying to do to get me out? And what am I need to do to have success in this at-bat? So the video I'm going to show you is going to show you a big difference between pitchers, people watching the game, people in the dugout, teammates watching the game, and then the at-bat itself by Lance Berkman in Game 6 of the World Series a few years back, and just how cool and calm he is about staying in the moment, staying focused on what he needed to do in his approach, not changing your approach because of the situation, because of how grand, how big the situation may be. World Series on the line. Staying within the at-bat and staying the same way you would in a spring training game at-bat. What do I need to do to have success now? So the guys that have success in the clutch hitters, don't make it about the moment. They make it about their at-bat. And again, the younger you are, the harder that is to do, because there's a ton of what-ifs out there that can go in a negative way, usually the way baseball is, versus just trying to stay confined into those few things I need to do to have success right now. So I'll do a little voiceover on this clip. I think you're going to enjoy it, and it'll feed right into what the point we have today in today's members blog.